Hi, my name is Razman. I'm a business development manager from Kris Infotech. Kris Infotech is a Netsuite partner in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, and West Malaysia. We are the only partner capable of deploying the Netsuite ERP and financial solutions. Do check out our website, kris.sg, for more information on our company and our talent solution as well. In today's demo, we will look at how a lead to cash process or a simple fulfillment process can be done via NetSuite. We will be more focusing on the quote to cash process or more repeat order. Generally, in this process, it will involve three parties, mainly the sales rep, the warehouse manager, and usually the financial controller. We'll look at how orders are being managed by the sales rep, and how orders are being picked in the warehouse and instructions are being shipped. We're going to use again Guild Incorporated as a example of a company. It's a US multinationals with subsidiaries in Australia and UK. We look at two key stakeholders, the sales rep and AR analysts. Here in NetSuite, we'll be able to create a simple page such as this, where a sales representative like Alex will be able to perform his daily task. We can generate a simple key performer index window. A feature with NetSuite is their navigation portlets, where Alex will be able to access to his general customer relationship, sales transaction, reports, and even access to social media. Or he even can be able to generate the simple graph. In this case, we'll be able to look at a simple graph of his pipeline on a weekly basis. A simple dashboard such as a KPI meter can be done here. Looks like Alex is doing quite all right. It's also important for a sales rep like Alex to be focused, and he'll be able to see his top 10 customers in terms of performance he has to. So be able to do plan for the following month or even quarter, just to show how simple a drag and drop feature. Another important feature that Alex can leverage on NetSuite is to list down his important task. Looks like there's a list of important tasks for Alex to do. In this case, supply. Just kind of put this back over here. Also, being a focused sales rep, Alex will need to look at his important priorities. In this case, anything above $20,000. Let's see. I'm just gonna put this back here. Oops. Just gonna try that again. Let's try that again. Okay. I'm just gonna show a simple demonstration on how Alex can generate a repeat quotes. By clicking on a quote item in the navigation portlet will allow us to pop up this particular window. In this case, Alex can generate a simple repeat order. In this case, Smith Supplies. Obviously, Smith Supply is a repeat customer, so Alex can go back and redo his. Obviously, we can also enter new customers, simple date, several forms that Alex can choose. In this case, today we're going to choose the primary quote form. He'll be able to insert the opportunity number, proposal, and the forecast profitability. Let's say Smith Supplies takes a stock of iPads from Alex, so we can just generate a simple line item such as this, and let's say they take 10 most of the time. See how simple it is for Alex to look. He can choose to save and create another quotation, print it, or even send this to email to his contact in Smith Supply. In this case, I'm going to show how we can save and print the quotation so Alex be able to attach it in an email. But I'll just click save and wait for the pop-up to come up. It's going to take a bit of a moment. There you go, simple, very quick. So a pop-up window will appear and a copy of the quotation will be seen here. Obviously, the standard logos and all the line items can be customizable depending on the need of a, this is usually the standard need. So you can see the after we created a quotation in NetSuite, I'm going to show how the quotation can be processed through the fulfillment into a sales order through the navigation menu. Just in transactions, I'm going to open up the quote and do a search of a list of quotations that have been generated. Menu and a list of items will appear. As you can see that here's a list of 4 different examples of quotation that's currently in open. I'm just going to choose one from Smith Supply. Once we go on through the quotation menu, you see the quotation still open. Here Alex can be able to process it still. Assuming he has received a purchase order from Smith Supplies, you can just click here into the sales order. He will be also to be able to still insert this a discount, for example, and have it resent to Smith Supply if required. Also, the approval process can be done here directly. Once the sales order form has appeared, Alex will still be able to do further additions in relation to the form. For example, he can choose a separate type of form. In this case, we're gonna select the standard, yeah, there you go, primary sales order form. You can insert a project code. He still be able to enter a customer PO from Smith Supply. In this case, we're just going to give a simple generic example. You can still add in the opportunity number and still be able to insert a discount if required. If everything looks good, then Alex can proceed and process the sales order by clicking here. As usual, in NetSuite, Alex will be able to save and process another sales order, have it printed and send it to the particular warehouse operations people, or have it sent via email. Just going to click save, and another window will pop up to show the soft copy of the sales order being generated. Goes to show that the sales order has been processed and Alex will be able to move to the next step. You can also see that an email has been sent here. In this case, it will be sent to respective people in Guild itself in order to take the next step. I'm going to show how the order that we have created can be fulfilled from the warehouse operation side. Here in NetSuite, we can create a warehouse operation dashboard. As you can notice, we have the similar navigation portlets. In this case, for Alicia Brown, the warehouse operator. Quite similar to the other portlets, Alicia will be able to check important tasks and under her reminder and under her navigation portlets. Here we'll see a list of orders that is currently late for shipment. Simple that can be done through this preliminary dashboard for the warehouse operator. In this particular dashboard as well, Alicia will be able to see a list of orders that's been created by the sales rep earlier. So we're going to go to this report and we're going to search for Smith Supply. there's any outstanding order. Here we can see the orders that's already been fulfilled. What we're going to do is try and do a search for, I have a copy of a sales order that was created. In this case, perhaps Alicia has received it via email. Copy this number and do a global search for the sales order number. As you can see, using the global search, we'll be able to look for the sales order, and from here Alicia will be able to process from a warehouse perspective. Again, directly she will be able to receive this as an email. If everything's alright, Alicia can just click fulfill and the order can be processed from the warehouse side. A form here can be appeared, so Alicia will be able to choose the respective shipping carrier, change the status, and convert to separate forms. In this case, you can see you can choose between UPS or FedEx. So then click save. Oops, we forgot to include the location. Alicia will be able to choose the respective location. In this case, as US West. That should work. Click save and bill again. So once an invoice is generated, Alicia will be able to proceed with the next step. It's clearly shown that the order has been saved. She can then save this again and have it printed and have the invoice email or mail directly to Smith Supply. Here's an example of an email that is being sent to Smith Supply as a confirmation that the order has been shipped and also invoiced. Let's go click save and print. And now, similar to the email, Alicia will be able to take this and have it physically mailed to Russell Jones in Smith Supply. Obviously, again, as usual, most forms or invoices can be customized in Netsuite. Here we can see that the item is open, and now I'm going to show how an invoice is paid in Netsuite. We are here in the financial controller's dashboard. As you can see, the financial controller's KPI, the similar portlets you see here in Netsuite. I'll be making another video which specifically mentioned in terms of this particular dashboard. It's more related to the financial on how reports are generated, but now I'm going to show how an invoice is paid. If we recall that we just generated an invoice to Smith Supplies via this invoice number. So what I'm going to do next is just to share how we can look for the report. Usually, as a financial controller, we can run a accounts receivables report to look at the list of outstanding invoices. If the invoice has been just created, I suppose we can see it at this column over here. Otherwise, we can just do a search via this amount. So we just can scroll down and see whether we can find the aging. Go back there. Back at the AR agent report. There you go. It's not easy to spot, as the invoice was still brand new. What we can do is just click directly at the value, and you will be immediately brought to the invoice page, I believe. So you can see the invoice is still quite brand new, but just for the purpose of this presentation, I'm just going to go directly drill down at invoice level to show the details. Now we are at the invoice level page. We can notice that there's similar invoice number 3972. Now let's assume whether the customer, in this case Smith Supplies, has already made a payment. Payment can be accepted through here. But the purpose of this demo, I'm just going to click action and show the GL impact, just to show that how dynamically NetSuite is. It shows that a sale has been made and an outstanding invoice has been issued. You can click back, go back to the invoice. Now let's assume that this invoice is ready to be paid. What can happen is that the accounts receivables person that does the payments clearance can do the payments through here. Check can be made, or what the person can do is have a click. Once we are ready to make the payment, as the accounts receivable administrator working, let's say, under the financial controller, you may notice that the particular invoice has been selected. NetSuite gives you an option for invoices to be paid as a lot. In this case, for Smith West or the customers, several separate offices. We can choose the respective account. In this case, it's a cash account. Just to show petty cash, for example. We can choose the operations account. The debit account has been selected. All is alright. Once we check this is alright, the accounts receivables administrator can click save. Once we've seen the confirmation, shows that the payment has been made, all deposited, applied to invoice, payment. What we can do as well, we can look at the GL impact, and you can see the cash operation has been credited at the cash operating account because the payment has been made, and the credit to the particular invoice. That's complete our demonstration for the cash to demo.